What if the pinnacle of sword cultivation in Swallowed Star wasn't about strength, talent, or divine treasures, but about understanding reality itself? A sword cultivator who stood not against the universe, but beside it. A man whose every strike whispered the secrets of creation. In a world where cosmic beings shape galaxies and immortals bent time, one figure stood apart. King Seven Swords. He didn't seek dominion, he sought meaning, and in his pursuit, he redefined what it meant to wield the sword. Welcome back to Anime Time HQ, your home for epic anime and manhwa storytelling. Don't forget to subscribe and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Let's uncover the forgotten legend of King Seven Swords, the man who transcended the Tao itself. The universe of Swallowed Star is vast, layered with dimensions, realms, and cosmic hierarchies where cultivators ascend through understanding laws of nature. From star-level warriors to universe lords, every being's strength depends on how deeply they comprehend the laws that shape existence. Fire, water, space, gold, and time. Among these paths, the sword Tao is revered, the purest expression of intent and control. To master the sword is to grasp the edge between creation and destruction. For countless eras, sword cultivators pursued perfection through the fusion of laws. The most powerful among them, like the Lord of Chaos City and the virtual universe's sword masters, fused multiple laws to achieve godlike precision. Yet they all walked within boundaries the universe allowed. But King Seven Swords broke them. He realized that the sword's true essence wasn't bound by law, but by consciousness. He asked himself a question that shook the foundations of cultivation. If the laws define the universe, who defines the sword? And with that, he began walking a path no one else dared, a path that would later be known as the Sevenfold Sword Path. Little is known of King Seven Swords' origin. Some say he was once a domain lord who vanished into the dark abyss. Others claim he was a failed disciple of the primal universe's top sect. But every legend agrees on one thing, so remember what she's. When he returned, he was changed. His eyes no longer reflected ambition or anger, only stillness. And in that stillness, his sword intent reached an unprecedented level. He spoke little, fought rarely, but when he did, the heavens trembled. Witnesses described his blade as silent light, a flash that left no afterimage, only realization. At first, others dismissed his approach. Sword cultivators mocked his refusal to fuse elemental laws. But when he effortlessly defeated those who used law fusion and spatial distortion, the mockery turned to silence. King Seven Swords taught that the sword is not an extension of the body, it is an extension of awareness. He believed that true mastery didn't come from imposing will upon the world, but from understanding it so deeply that resistance ceased to exist. That belief gave birth to his revolutionary philosophy, the Sevenfold Sword Path, 7 stages of enlightenment that would forever redefine sword cultivation. The Sevenfold Sword Path was more than just technique, it was a spiritual evolution. Each stage transcended mere combat, representing a transformation of understanding and existence. The sword of matter granted mastery over physical form. Every cut was precise, unerring, and the blade became an extension of the hand. The sword of flow embodied rhythm, and timing. The sword danced with the universe itself. The sword of silence killed with intent alone, striking before motion. The sword of space bent perception and distance. Strikes emerged from impossible angles. The sword of time allowed him to flow with the eternal river, cutting both past and future. The sword of mind fused the cultivator's consciousness with the weapon, turning thought into a blade. Finally came the sword of origin, the ultimate state where there was no sword, no wielder, only existence itself. At this final stage, his presence blurred reality. Observers described his strikes as conceptual. They didn't destroy, they erased. Not by overwhelming energy, but by negating the target's existence at a fundamental level. Even universe masters, beings who governed laws themselves, avoided him. Because facing King Seven Swords wasn't fighting an opponent, it was confronting the universe's mirror. His combat style was terrifyingly calm. He didn't charge, he didn't roar, he simply stood there, analyzing, absorbing, waiting. When his enemy struck, he saw every possibility unfold, past, present, future, and chose the one where he won. His sword didn't move faster than light. It moved through understanding. When a master of the law of time tried to trap him in temporal loops, Seven Swords laughed softly. "Time binds only those who move within it," he said. Then his sword cut outside time's flow, and the loop ended before it began. When the Lord of Space Blades fused 10 layers of dimensional distortion to defend himself, Seven Swords merely closed his eyes. One motion later, the distortions collapsed. He didn't slice through them. He rendered them irrelevant. Every strike was logic refined to simplicity. He didn't overpower enemies, he outthought them. He once told a disciple, "A sword that fights against the universe will always lose, but a sword that moves with the universe cannot be stopped." That mindset became the defining essence of his path, absolute harmony with truth. His legend reached its peak during the infamous Battle of Seven Stars, a cosmic conflict that would decide the balance of an entire sector. 7 universe masters joined forces, each representing a primal law: fire, water, earth, space, time, wind, and light. Together they formed the Heavenly Array, a fusion formation so powerful it could erase galaxy. The battlefield was silent as King Seven Swords faced them alone. No army, no allies, no divine armor, only a simple blade at his side. The masters mocked him. "Even a supreme could not withstand our combined might," they roared. But King Seven Swords merely smiled. As the Heavenly Array unleashed its fury, he whispered, "When the sword is complete, the wielder no longer needs it." Then he sheathed his blade. The universe froze. Every law, light, time, and gravity halted as if listening. And in that silence, something broke. Not sound, not space, meaning. The storm vanished. The formation crumbled. The 7 universe masters stood frozen, realization dawning in their fading eyes. There had been no strike, yet they were defeated. He hadn't cut them. He had removed their existence from the equation of battle itself. For the first time, cultivators understood that King Seven Swords' path was not about destruction. It was about transcendence. After that battle, King Seven Swords disappeared. Some say he ascended to a higher plane. Others whisper that he became one with the universe, that every sword drawn in silence echoes his intent. His legacy endured. Even Luo Feng, the central figure of Swallowed Star, would one day study his doctrines. The concept of merging consciousness with law, the fusion of will and origin, was inspired by Seven Swords philosophy. In the virtual universe, archives record his final quote: "The sword is not sharp because it cuts because it understands." Those words became the foundation of modern sword cultivation, influencing generations across the cosmos. He changed the very fabric of how cultivators viewed enlightenment. Where others chased strength, he chased understanding. Where others sought to conquer, he sought to comprehend. And in doing so, King Seven Swords redefined sword cultivation forever. Even now, scholars debate, was King Seven Swords the greatest swordsman to ever live, or the first to achieve true enlightenment? In a universe ruled by laws, he proved that the human spirit could surpass creation itself. His sword wasn't a weapon, it was the voice of the cosmos. So I ask you, who do you think truly reached the peak of the sword Tao? King Seven Swords or Luo Feng himself? Comment your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to Anime Time HQ, and ring the bell for more anime and manhwa storytelling. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep cultivating your mind.